I just love how it provided you with a lifeline and a deeper insight into perception, into your own narrative. And I kind of pulled out this little paragraph that I want to read to you from your book, and just ask you to comment on it. You said, with my new sense of calm came a new perception and understanding. Yes, I had lost my sight, but the true blindness was how I allowed myself to lose my place in the world. I had become blind to my sense of self and my self-worth. Such a profound realization. I highlighted it. I felt very connected to it. I think lots of people will, because we go through hard times, and it's easy to give up on yourself, when you're always there. But for some reason it's easier to give up on yourself than to love yourself during hard times. And you said, from this moment forward, your perspective of blindness evolved from viewing it as a deficit to embracing it as a calling. Really beautiful.
Thank you so much for saying you connected with that. That is the highest comment. That I appreciate that so much. That means so much to me. Whenever I lost my eyesight, I thought I was separated from everyone, and I thought it made me completely different and just less than anything, no hope, no worth at all. And I was really fortunate that I was going to the university, and they have a very strong disability accommodations. And there's lots of people there that have disabilities. And I started meeting people that had far worse situations than what I had. And then with the artwork, I started traveling and talking to nonprofits and groups, and met people that had incredible health problems, but they also had hope. And they had these plans for the future, and they were so happy. And I thought, well, my goodness, I have a fundamental problem with the way I'm seeing the world, and it wasn't the vision, it was the vision that was keeping me down. It was my viewpoint on everything. And,
right.
And I started realizing that everybody in their life has something that is bigger than they are. Like, there's something that it's more than what you can handle by yourself. And it's okay to ask for some help, and getting that help, and knowing that means that you can help other people later. Like you just were talking about my parents, like crying when they saw my artwork. It made me think of a workshop that I had done years later, where I was working with a nonprofit, and it was like 500 children that were visually impaired and their families. And I was in the hallway, I was getting some water, and there was this mom and her two sisters were out there, and they were crying, just bawling. And I thought, oh no, what did I do now? So I went over there, like, are you guys okay? And the mom's daughter, and their two aunts, they were just crying. But their daughter was in there drawing for the first time. And it was the first time that they actually saw her be able to do that. And when they saw her drawing, suddenly the entire future for that little girl, suddenly they could foresee all these things: school, jobs, careers, family, all this stuff suddenly. And they had to leave the room because they just couldn't, and I thought, oh my goodness. It's just
making a difference.
Oh, well, art is just art. I love art. I don't know. I'll keep saying that.
I know you love art, and I love art.